I want to talk for a moment about the computers section of the group policies. Now, before I do that, I'm just going to open up the default domain policy, and I'm going to go to Edit and remind us that you'll see computer configurations and user configurations. In order for computer configurations to take effect, I have to have computers in the OU, the domain, or the site on which I'm placing this policy. It does not do to have a group that contains that computer. Remember, group policy does not have anything to do with groups. So group policy has to do with particular computers and users. So what I would have to do before I can create a policy, say in this services OU, is to put maybe a computer in that services OU. So I'm going to take a step back here, and I'm going to open up the Active Directory users and computers. Once that starts up, I can see my services OU right here. What I need to do is add some computers to this. So I'm going to go up here to computers. We'll take my client 01, and I'm going to put that down in the services OU. And I'll go ahead and accept this. Yes, I want to move it. And so that computer now exists here in this OU. It's no longer in the computer's container. It's now only in this OU. By the way, an object can only exist in one OU. If I want several OUs to be applied, I would nest those OUs. But now I have this computer, and because I have a computer in the services OU, now when I edit the services OU group policy, it will affect this client. So let's go back here now to the services OU, and I'm going to right click it and say create a GPO in this domain and link it here. And let me see, I'll call this, I think I'll just call it test computer GPO. And we'll go ahead and create that, and now I'm going to right click on that and edit it. So now any of these computer configurations can be set up in there. Now I have two sections here, policies and preferences. Policies will always be enforced no matter what. In other words, the user has no control over those policies once I set them, the user on that computer. If I set a preference, it will set up the policy that I want the way that I want it, but it will allow the user that's on that computer to change it. So let's set a computer policy for this particular computer. In this case, this was the client 01 computer that we put in this OU. So I'll click policies and I'll click admin, and let's see, let's go down to system. This will be a good one. System, and then power. Where's the power one? Power management. So under power management, let's go to sleep settings, and then I will specify the system sleep time. And I'll click enabled. So I'm going to force this computer to go to sleep if you leave it alone here for 10 minutes. There we go. Now that policy has been enforced now on that computer. And in fact, let's go ahead and enforce that so that other policies I set up later won't override it. So once again, remember that this is on this services OU, and so any clients that are on this services OU, this policy will be enforced for those clients.